18 human weaknesses. 1. Delusion. When people face failure or a tough problem, their first thought is often to escape from reality and immerse themselves in a world of fantasy, dealing with disappointments in an imaginary way to satisfy themselves. Daydreaming is a form of delusion and an escape from reality. Delusions are always beautiful, but reality is often harsh. To succeed, start by being more realistic and act boldly to bring your big ideas to life. 2. Negativity. Negativity and positivity differ in perception and understanding. Walking the road of life with too much information, desire, and competition, it's inevitable to sometimes feel worried, tired, and a bit helpless. However, to be successful in your career and happy in life, you must maintain a positive attitude. Give yourself a little hope each day to maintain a good mood, as your mindset truly determines who you are. 3. Arrogance. Confidence is crucial, but too much confidence can turn into arrogance. Arrogant people often overestimate themselves and underestimate others. However, it's important to remember that there are always higher mountains and more skilled people. If you always see yourself as the center of everything, you're likely heading towards failure. 4. Recklessness. Have you ever made a rash decision and regretted it? Unfortunately, there's no cure for regret. We can't predict tomorrow, and success or failure often depends on whether we are cautious or reckless. People fail because they lack mature thought and preparation, while successful people usually think carefully before acting. 5. Wastefulness. Waste is a great sin. Wasting time means wasting your life. Wasting money on trivial things will lead to regret. 6. Timidity. Being withdrawn might protect you from some hardships, but it also keeps out the sunlight. After the rain clears, the world shines bright, but a person who closes themselves off will never see the rainbow or the beauty of life. Live fully, so you don't regret not doing more when you're older. 7. Stubbornness. Having your own opinions is a wonderful quality, but being opinionated does not mean being stubborn. The world is diverse, and you can never fully understand it on your own. Learning to consider others' opinions is a sign of intelligence. 8. Greed. Everyone needs dreams and ambitions, but when pushed too far, ambition turns into greed, especially for money. While money is a basic necessity of life, it's important to set limits on your financial desires. When you exceed these limits, take a moment to think about how to stop. Uncontrolled greed can cost you dearly later on. 9. Envy. Envying others who live better or seem luckier is poisonous. It blinds you to the positive aspects of the world around you. Don't let envy chain down your goodness. 10. Quick promises, quick forgetting. A person of integrity is valued for their kindness, propriety, righteousness, wisdom, and trustworthiness. Never make promises lightly, as failing to keep them will erode others' trust in you. Words are valuable. If you speak them, strive to uphold them. 11. Vanity. At the peak of success, you may find many smiling faces around you, but when you fall, you'll see cold faces and hear taunting words. People are inherently self-interested, but some expand their self-interest to wider circles. Those who rely on flattery and envy toward others will likely never succeed, as successful people rely on their own strength. 12. Idolizing money. Money is fundamental for maintaining life, but it's not everything. Money is external. Never let it blind you. Value money appropriately. Learn to give and receive, and you will grasp life's opportunities and destinies. 13. Impulsiveness. Life can be frustrating and anger-inducing, but never act impulsively or lose your reason. Impulsive actions only worsen situations. When faced with issues, stay calm, think logically, and control your emotions. This is the behavior of a wise person. 14. Blind following. Many blindly follow popular trends. a psychological trait that is also a dangerous trap. Because everyone's values and ethics differ, so should their choices. Blindly following others means losing your identity, your uniqueness, and your ability to judge and be confident. Is it worth it? 15. Risk-taking. Luck can bring temporary joy but not lifelong happiness. The only reliable support you have is yourself, and what you achieve through your own efforts and diligence is the most enduring. 16. Perfectionism. No one is perfect, and if they were, it would be a sad fate. Thus, never chase perfection, as it only brings pressure and helplessness, preventing you from enjoying many happy experiences you deserve. 17. Losing focus. Failure doesn't need a plan, but success does. Throughout history, those who have achieved great things had a clear career goal and tirelessly pursued it. Living without a goal is like a ship at sea without a lighthouse, drifting with the wind. But those with clear goals and persistence make their own path in the world. 18. Midlife crisis. The trajectory of life often moves from high to low, while the curve of work and family responsibilities moves from low to high, intersecting at middle age. Entering middle age, people often become dissatisfied with their jobs, feel the challenges ahead are not worth their full effort, and become quiet, moody, and pessimistic. Moreover, the burden of family and career makes them feel more trapped. The only way to cope with this crisis is to develop a positive outlook and confront it with confidence, ensuring a safe passage through this phase. 2. Observe these 5 things to see through someone's heart. 1. Look into their eyes. Eyes are a type of silent, invisible language. They can reveal emotions, personality, and even thoughts about unfolding events. In reality, during communication, our eyes can genuinely reflect our inner feelings. It's no coincidence that there's a saying, "The eyes are the window to the soul." They can't lie, just like innocent children who always speak truthfully. Eyes wide in surprise. Eyes squint when smiling. Tense as guitar strings when worried. Darting around in fear when doing something wrong. Calm and undisturbed, the eyes show no emotion. How many people can truly master the skill of keeping their eyes steady in all situations and emotions? 2. Observe the close friends of the person. Birds of a feather flock together. You're like those you keep close. This may stem from the notion of fitting into the community. Either you change to align with the group or you were already a match. Indeed, good, successful people tend to have capable friends, while those less talented often lack close companions. People who don't share life perspectives and frequencies find it hard to build relationships, even normal friendships, not to mention deep connections. 3. Look at what the person dislikes. People are good at pretending. Sometimes they might actually like something, but pretend to dislike it, pushing it away or even showing disdain. Living with things they dislike, especially those they detest, is hard to fake enjoyment for. This requires a high capacity for acting and endurance. Interestingly, what a person dislikes can reveal their personal consciousness. For example, someone who dislikes crowds is likely introverted, enjoys quiet, and dislikes noise and chaos. Someone who hates tardiness shows they value punctuality, live by rules, dislike waiting, and may have limited patience. 4. Listen to how the person talks. Although words can be deceptive and misleading, you can't cover the sun with a sieve. You can't always pretend or lie. By observing how someone communicates and uses language, you can gauge their personality and character. Typically, words are a natural reaction to internal thoughts. Talking is free, so choose words that please each other. Those who like to criticize or attack are often cunning and malevolent. Those who speak considerately understanding themselves and others, are truly intelligent. Those who use flowery language show an inclination towards arts and literature and have a fanciful spirit. Those who speak cautiously are either insecure or careful not to offend anyone. Of course, seeing through a person from their words requires long-term observation. We cannot judge hastily or make assumptions. 5. Look at their behavior when faced with benefits. Everyone looks out for themselves. Who wants to be at a disadvantage? Indeed, when faced with benefits, people often show their true character. Whether they seek to grab benefits, willingly give them up, or do wrong to protect their own interests. Ultimately, it's all about choices. Good or bad depends on the situation and the individual involved. In this world, it's common for friends to become enemies over money, and colleagues to compete over small bonuses and opportunities. Then, we can see through the heart of others. Mo. 3. 12 common types of people, traits and behaviors that define us. 1. The boasters versus the quiet achievers. Some people like to brag and think highly of themselves without real merit. In contrast, others prefer to quietly work hard, proving themselves through results, focusing on relevant and logical discussions. 2. The questioners. People who often use rhetorical questions or a questioning tone in conversations tend to be arrogant and overly confident, assuming they're always right. For example, saying, "Isn't that correct?" or "Don't you understand yet?" It's best to steer clear of those who use such unequal, disrespectful questions. 3. The complainers. Those who constantly complain and blame circumstances usually haven't tried hard enough or fully tapped into their potential. They tend to grumble about everything, big or small, and are unlikely to achieve great things. Successful people, however, are not afraid to explore new opportunities and take risks. 4. The non-stop talkers. Some people talk endlessly and can discuss anything. This type of person lacks depth and maturity. They often speak without thinking carefully, which can lead to more troubles, as trouble often comes from the mouth. 5. Social media images. Images on social media never truly reflect someone's real life. However, they can reveal how a person chooses to live their life. 6. The nostalgics. Those who are overly nostalgic may not actually cherish the past that much. Sometimes they might cling to the past for comfort because they are not proud of their present situation. 7. The admirers. People who are willing to acknowledge and praise others are usually not weak. They strive to keep up with others, having often tried and failed many times, which makes it easier for them to empathize and rejoice for others. Conversely, those who constantly dismiss others' efforts are often envious or unable to accept that someone else might be doing better than them. 8. Blunt speakers. People who speak bluntly and act before thinking usually lack good communication skills and have a very low emotional quotient, EEQ. They offend others frequently without intending harm, merely lacking subtlety in their interactions. 9. Work and rest habits. The way a person manages their work and rest reveals their ability to control themselves and the quality of their life. For instance, those who spend nights gaming or reading without attention to cleanliness or order likely lack self-discipline, whereas those who live by principles and discipline typically maintain cleanliness and a forward-looking attitude. 10. Emotionally expressive. People who often express their feelings verbally are usually the first to leave a relationship. Emotions like affection and love cannot be proven just by words. They require actions that provide a sense of security. 11. The free spirits. Cheerful and lively people who are true to themselves, regardless of whether they fit in with a group or community, are often considered wise with rich experiences and strong inner strength. Those who suffer because they can't fit in, feeling constrained and losing freedom, are often seen as immature and emotionally weak. 12. Signs of high EQ. A person's EQ can be judged by small actions. Holding the door for someone, cleaning up after oneself in a cafe, listening attentively, and waiting for the other person to finish speaking are small acts that reflect a person's true character.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
4. 10. Ways to read people. To understand someone, you must master the art of reading people through details to see their true nature. However, this skill isn't learned overnight but requires experiencing various situations, dealing with many people, engaging in relationships, and facing challenges to accumulate wisdom. 1. People who talk incessantly without thinking often inadvertently hurt others and damage relationships without realizing it. Those with a sweet talk who make everyone feel comfortable show high emotional intelligence, but their true thoughts may differ from what they say. So be cautious. 2. If someone speaks very little and is hard to understand, what should you do? The easiest way is to use time to see their true heart. Another effective method is to discuss their interests and observe their reactions, but moderation is key. 3. Emotions are invisible, and regardless of how complex a problem may be, those who can control their emotions truly possess the wisdom to live in society. They have a strong heart, may not be decisive, but are at least calm enough to solve problems. Such people are worth befriending, and it's also wise not to offend them. 4. No matter how great the injustice or failure, those who do not complain or bemoan their fate but quietly work hard can accomplish great things. Many who face minor setbacks and unfair treatment often blame circumstances, thus achieving little in their own lives. 5. Those who boast about their connections with talented or wealthy individuals usually lack genuine capabilities and have nothing to be proud of themselves, so they borrow the limelight of others to stand out. 6. Being praised by someone in front of others can make you feel good, but be wary as their intentions may not be sincere. Conversely, someone who offers private, non-critical, genuine praise cares about maintaining your dignity and truly values you. 7. When dealing with issues concerning benefits, be cautious with those who try to forge relationships and talk about obligations with you. Such people often look out for themselves and might stop at nothing. In contrast, those who are straightforward about financial matters from the beginning are usually more trustworthy. 8. Those who are overly proud might not be liked but can be more reliable, as their pride does not allow them to break promises. In their view, personal honor is more important than anything else. 9. To quickly understand someone, observe them carefully during a conflict. Even those who usually hide their true selves well might reveal their nature during an argument, as self-control is much harder. 10. People who don't usually interact much but become very enthusiastic and even overly flattering when they need something from you often turn around quickly after using you, because what they value is the benefit they can derive from you, not the person you are. 5. Observing people through their actions in life. 1. On public transit, someone sitting by the window, gazing outside, often has a solitary inner world but is generally emotional and kind. 2. When disappointed. A truly disappointed person won't talk much. Talking a lot usually means there are still expectations. In contrast, silently walking away without even a glance is a sign of ultimate disappointment. 3. Independent and principled women. Women who live by their principles and are independent are hard to pursue because they are clear about what they need and want and can live well without love. 4. Subtle people. They speak less and do more, showing care and affection through small gestures and actions. For instance, instead of saying, "buy some lip balm," a considerate person would bring you lip balm and suggest, "put some on your lips." 5. Highly competitive people. These individuals often have a painful memory or have been subtly mocked by others. This drives their desire to prove themselves. Their competitive nature can be exhausting to deal with due to its intensity and potential consequences. 6. Eager learners. People who proactively learn usually possess many hidden skills and are not easily sidelined by society. In a fiercely competitive era, not actively learning increases the chances of being left behind. Daily efforts not only enhance one's competitiveness, but also open up more opportunities. 7. In conversations. Someone who can't make eye contact usually is introverted and insecure. However, if they are usually confident and suddenly can't meet your gaze, they might be hiding something. 8. Experienced in relationships. People who have been through numerous relationships, whether friendships or romantic ones, are not naive or immature. 9. Self-deprecating beauty. Someone who is obviously attractive but often says, "I'm too fat," or "why can't I be as pretty as others?" might not be pretending but could be insecure and previously hurt over their appearance. 10. Blame takers. Individuals who always think they are the cause of every problem and want everyone around them to be happy and content often have a very fragile inner self. They might have been isolated, hurt, neglected, or felt like a burden before. If they don't recognize their own value, they might end up self-destructive. 11. Givers. People who share often have a good heart. Giving without expecting anything in return is noble, and sacrificing one's interest for others is saintly, though true saints are rare. Yet, treating others with genuine kindness is a precious trait. 12. Strugglers in life. Those who rarely succeed in their endeavors can be very negative. At a mild level, they might complain or talk about their difficulties. At an extreme, they might become silent, internalizing their loneliness and negativity. However, many remain optimistic and keep striving with the idea that trying is better than doing nothing at all. 6. Understanding personalities through walking styles. 1. Rushed walking. Some people always walk quickly, as if they're students hurrying to an important exam. These individuals often belong to a group who are action-oriented, energetically tackling challenges in their lives. They are adaptable, efficient, decisive, and ready to take responsibility. 2. Slow-walking men. These individuals walk slowly and carefully, as if afraid to step on an ant. They often ignore what others say and are realists at heart. They prefer stability, think a lot before acting, and are not overly ambitious. Their philosophy is, only trust what you see with your own eyes, making them slow to trust others. 3. Leaning forward walk. Some people walk with a forward lean, even curving their back like a cat, not because they need to balance, but because their steps are more stable than most. These individuals are like heroes in movies, upright and embodying integrity. They are introspective, gentle, humble, and value relationships, though they may not be great at communicating. 4. Arched back, head held high. People with this walk stride confidently with their heads held high, displaying strength and a sense of superiority. They often see themselves as the center of attention, struggle with building relationships, and rarely depend on others, even in challenging situations. 5. Even strong walk. These individuals walk with a neat, consistent stride. Even their arms move systematically. They have a strong inner confidence and are not easily swayed by external factors. Focusing on their strengths leads them to success. 6. 8-shaped walk. Though this walk may look funny, it represents kind-hearted and gentle individuals. Underneath their silly exterior, they are attentive to details and prefer to follow a planned approach to life. When unexpected problems arise, they feel overwhelmed and unsure. 7. Wide stride. People who walk with wide strides often cannot control their emotions. They are open and flexible in handling tasks. They think of something and act on it immediately, making them effective leaders. Their reserved nature and attention to detail make them widely liked and respected. 8. Small steps. Men who walk with small steps are often perceived as feminine. This walking style shows that they are shy and reserved, preferring a controlled, clean environment. They are often misunderstood as being snobbish or contrary, but they are simply adhering to their own principles, which outsiders may not understand. 7. Insights on human nature and personal growth. 1. There are two things in this world you can't look directly at: the sun and the true nature of people. Everyone knows the sun's direct light is too intense to face. But what about the human heart? Even the most intelligent and insightful can't fully see into it. 2. The poorer someone is, the more they tend to spend on appearances. They invest in things that don't create real value and often end up with nothing without understanding what went wrong. 3. Mutual respect between people is based on equal capabilities. 4. The less someone is capable of achieving, the more fragile and delicate their heart becomes. 5. The closer someone is to you, the harder it is for them to accept even the smallest positive changes in you. If you find love, your close friends may feel insecure and left out because they feel you no longer belong to them. 6. The more successful someone is, the more ethical they tend to be, because they don't need to compete unnecessarily. This makes sense as they already have a lot. 7. Beautiful people often post fewer pictures on social media. Truly wealthy people don't like to show off. True love doesn't always need to be displayed. 8. Mature people no longer desperately seek understanding and don't hesitate or cling to something unnecessarily, especially when it comes to love. 9. When someone has no strengths to brag about, they often blame their bad luck or unfair life. 10. Those who can't accept their own flaws won't be able to improve. 11. You shouldn't share your successes or happiness with anyone, as people often envy a good life, especially those in the same social circle. 12. Intelligent people quietly become wealthy, working silently. By the time you notice, they've already come a long way. In contrast, the less capable want the whole world to know every little progress they make. 13. People with dreams and careers don't feel old because they're eager to experience everything and aren't limited by age. To them, every day is a new day, and their hearts remain curious about the world. Those who continuously seek to explore and live passionately keep their spirits young, regardless of their age. 14. People who like traveling alone often have good characters. They are likely to have a rich inner life. Enjoying solitude isn't about being lonely. Sometimes it's just about reflecting on life, being independent, and enjoying their own world. The more experiences they have, the more they lean towards simplicity, letting go of the unnecessary to cleanse their soul. 15. People who dislike blending into crowds either avoid trouble or have communication issues. The latter are often shy, prone to negativity, and haven't learned to stop comparing themselves to others. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 8. Judging personality and destiny by voice. In evaluating people, some experts believe that voice is more important than appearance. Even those with a beautiful, well-proportioned face can lead a poor and unhappy life if their voice is weak and lacks vitality. By listening to someone's voice, we can get a sense of their personality, future, and life. A resonant, warm, and dignified voice often belongs to someone wealthy or even famous. Conversely, some physically strong people have feeble voices and often face poverty or early death. An unclear voice might indicate a selfish and cunning nature, while a harsh and unpleasant voice can suggest a violent and aggressive temperament. Such a person might often say things that upset others. Some speak softly but with affectation, indicating a sentimental and overly sensitive nature, often leading to a weak stance and complex problems due to their melodious yet emotional voice. A voice that is both firm and gentle suggests moral integrity and strong will. The speed of one's speech can also hint at their personality. Quick talkers are usually intelligent, their brains rapidly generating ideas. However, they may also seem hurried and impulsive. A loud voice can indicate superficiality and boastfulness, often without much substance. Stuttering or unclear speech might suggest past difficulties and a challenging life ahead. Men with strong, commanding voices typically have straightforward and stable personalities, but may struggle in romantic relationships, possibly needing to remarry to find happiness. Conversely, men with soft, effeminate voices may appear indecisive and weak, struggling to achieve success. People who are physically large but have soft, weak voices might lead impoverished lives with many risks. On the other hand, those who are small but have loud, far-reaching voices often lead wealthy, long lives. Just as physical appearances can be categorized into 5 types, voices are divided into 5 tones: the resonant, metal voice, the brittle wood voice, the hurried water voice, the forceful fire voice, and the calm, muffled earth voice. People whose physical type matches their vocal tone tend to lead fortunate lives, while mismatches can lead to struggles and adversity. According to the author of In-Depth Physiognomy, a metal voice should be clear and far-reaching but not sharp. A wood voice should be high and clear but not scattered. A water voice should be full and not diffused. A fire voice should be strong and urgent but not breathless. And an earth voice should be calm, soft, and not muddy. 9. Observing people through their eating habits. Have you ever thought that watching how someone behaves at the dining table can reveal a lot about them? Lin Kui-fin, a Taiwanese counseling psychologist, wrote in her book Deep Insights into the Human Heart Through Habits that one can indeed learn about a person's life habits from their eating habits since childhood. 1. People who eat slowly and chew each bite thoroughly. Those accustomed to eating slowly enjoy savoring the flavor of their food. Whether it's due to poor dental health or a desire to project an air of refinement, they give off an impression of being cautious. People who eat slowly generally focus on the process. In relationships, they believe the journey matters more than the outcome. In their careers, they emphasize that the work process is important. In parenting, they believe the process of a child's growth is more significant than anything. They fear meeting someone who disrupts their lifestyle and causes them anxiety. 2. People who eat quickly. In contrast to slow eaters are those who eat fast. Some people are taught to eat quickly from a young age. Fast eaters tend to rush through tasks. Just like when they see food, they prefer to finish eating quickly rather than slowly enjoy the taste. Over time, their life becomes a constant chase after goals. 3. People who use their phones while eating. Those who have the habit of reading or browsing on their phones while eating are ambitious and often multitask. Because their minds are overloaded, their focus and memory can be affected. Deep down, they have many dreams waiting to be realized. They want to make the most of every minute. 4. People who value etiquette at the table. Proper dining etiquette can make you appear polite and educated, but paying too much attention to etiquette can make others feel stressed and uncomfortable. Those who place a high priority on etiquette can't stand dining with people who don't understand dining manners. Most people who value social etiquette also care a lot about appearances. When befriending such people, it's best not to be too casual about anything, from eating and dressing to giving gifts. 5. People who are messy at the table. Dining with someone who values politeness can be stressful, but dining with someone who is messy also makes for an unpleasant experience. Such a person's life often lacks organization and discipline. 10. A cultured person's meal. There's an old saying, before arranging a marriage, learn the manners at the dining table. Eating might seem like a mundane activity, but it actually involves many principles and can even reveal a person's character. When eating, a person is often in their most relaxed and natural state, and their everyday habits are exposed. A dish, a meal, every word and gesture, every detail can reflect a person's cultivation and demeanor. 1. Proper eating posture is a result of strict upbringing. An old proverb says, "There's a way to stand, a way to sit, and a way to eat." This refers to the manners and posture one maintains while eating. If you pay attention, you'll notice that a meal can reveal much about a person's upbringing. At the dining table, one should be observant and mindful of the order. This isn't about complexity, but about showing basic respect for elders, both at home and outside. Don't pick up food and then put it back. Don't flip your plate or utensils, and don't stir the pot. Sit up straight. Don't look around or fidget. Chew slowly and politely. Avoid playing with your phone and focus on the task at hand, which is eating. After finishing, neatly arrange your utensils, wipe your mouth clean, say your goodbyes, and leave the table politely. Respect life. Be thankful for your food. Don't waste, and don't be overly picky. Our ancestors said, important things start with the details. In work, details determine success or failure. In life, a single action can reveal one's true nature. 2. Letting others order first shows consideration. Ordering is the most crucial part of a meal or a party. Few realize that this is also an important aspect of communication and interpersonal skills. Every region has its own cuisine, and each person has their own tastes. Ordering is not only about the quality of the meal, but also reveals a person's character. Some people, when they go out to eat, only order what they like, ignoring the preferences of others at the table. This shows a lack of maturity, self-centeredness, and disregard for others. A polite person thinks of others always, even at the dining table. They let others order first, inquire about any dietary restrictions, and finally make decisions that satisfy everyone involved. Those who consider others usually gain respect and affection. They understand that how they treat the world reflects back on them. 3. Not taking advantage or skipping out on the bill shows integrity. At the dining table, there are always those who take advantage. They want to eat but don't want to pay. Even when the party ends and it's time to settle the bill, they may find excuses to leave and avoid paying. Such people are often selfish, prioritizing their interests above all else. Conversely, some people not only want to share costs fairly but also take the initiative to pay. They are not foolish or short-sighted nor necessarily wealthy. They simply value others and prefer not to owe anyone. After all, money is earned through hard work, so don't take it for granted when others pay for you. Life is a circle of value exchange. You treat me to a meal today, I'll treat you to another tomorrow. That's just the way it is. 11. Avoid these 4 behaviors at meals. 1. Unjustly scolding the server. Scolding a server without reason shows poor personal cultivation. It suggests that you only respect those above you, always ready to criticize those beneath you. Insecure people often bully the weak to feel superior. A truly good person maintains respect for everyone, regardless of their status. 2. Picking favorite dishes by shuffling food. From childhood, parents might save the best parts of a meal for their kids. Over time, this can become a habit of continuously stirring food on the plate to pick out the best pieces. While everyone has different tastes, constantly sifting through a dish for preferred bites is rude and selfish. At the dining table, as in life, you should respect others' feelings and not disrupt the meal. 3. Eating noisily and rudely. Noisy, open-mouthed eating, grabbing food incessantly, or speaking loudly are poor manners at the table. This behavior not only shows a lack of etiquette, but also makes others around uncomfortable and reluctant to sit with you. Rude behavior at meals can greatly damage your personal image in future. 4. Avoiding paying the bill. When it comes to dining, the issue of paying the bill inevitably arises. Those who avoid paying often exploit others for personal gain. People who are generous don't mind covering the bill, and true friends don't use it to test each other. If settling the bill becomes a problem at the end of a meal, it questions the value of the friendship. Promptly, paying the bill isn't about showing off wealth. It's about valuing the relationship more than money. 12. Reading people through their eyes. Human thoughts and emotions are often reflected in their eyes. While we can lie and pretend to hide our true feelings, our eyes usually reveal the truth. By looking into someone's eyes, you can often sense what they are feeling inside, be it joy, sadness, stress, or more. 1. The eyes are not just for seeing. When we think, our eyes move as they search our subconscious for information to help us make decisions. The nervous system controls this movement, helping the brain process thoughts through images, sounds, words, and emotions. 2. Smiling eyes. The phrase smiling eyes often describes the beauty seen in someone's eyes when they smile, reflecting brightness and joy. 3. Frequent blinking. Contrary to some beliefs, frequent blinking doesn't necessarily indicate deception but might signify stress or anxiety. Observing someone's eyes can give clues about their current emotions. 4. Shifty eyes. When someone frequently shifts their gaze or looks down, it might suggest they are focusing or thinking deeply. However, shifty eyes can also be perceived as dishonest or secretive. It's important to maintain a natural balance in eye contact to avoid discomfort in communication. 5. Squinting. Squinting usually occurs when someone is focusing intensely or is displeased. If you disagree or are unsatisfied with something, your eyes might narrow, showing disagreement or discontent. 6. Interested and attentive eyes. When you show genuine interest and attention to what someone is saying, it creates a positive interaction environment and encourages connection. This type of eye contact can also evoke a positive response from others, making communication comfortable and trustworthy. 7. Bright eyes. Bright eyes in a conversation can express happiness, joy, and enthusiasm about the story being shared. This usually accompanies expressions like smiling or sparkling eyes, enhancing the connection between people. 8. Avoidant and shy eyes. Some people might avoid eye contact due to shyness, timidity, or lack of confidence rather than dishonesty. 9. Eyes closed while speaking. Closing the eyes while speaking might indicate a desire to avoid receiving unwanted information or to momentarily ignore the gaze of others. 10. Indifferent eyes. An indifferent gaze shows a lack of interest or enthusiasm about the conversation. Such eyes often appear distant and lifeless. 11. Focused and sharp eyes. Someone with focused and sharp eyes shows intense concentration on their task, exuding confidence and decisiveness. They are not easily distracted by surroundings. 12. Large, bright eyes. Large, bright eyes generally denote happiness. When someone's eyes are bright and radiant, it reflects a positive mood and overflowing joy.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
13. ZHUGE LIANG'S 5 highly accurate ways to test someone's character. Understanding people has always been crucial for leaders throughout history. Kings and generals who excel at this maintain stable thrones and win battles, while businessmen thrive in wealth and honor. The marketplace isn't always as straightforward as a battlefield. Strength doesn't guarantee victory. Only those who truly know endure. Knowing when to advance or retreat, when to move quickly or slowly, and especially understanding people's hearts are the true marks of a victor. 1. Test their principles with right and wrong. As a boss, you can't afford to keep associates or employees who lack clear principles and can't tell right from wrong. Those who are always confused or disloyal and who are likely to betray others shouldn't be trusted with important tasks. These individuals show no ambition or effort and are incapable of progress. 2. Test their integrity with temptation. When faced with the prospect of wealth, fame, or other benefits, a person's true nature may reveal itself. Many managers test their employees by offering them lucrative positions to see if they'll act with integrity. Those who ignore minor benefits to pursue greater goals demonstrate reliability. How could you entrust major responsibilities to someone who only thinks of money and personal gain? 3. Test their character with alcohol. Alcohol often loosens tongues and reveals true personalities. People might behave differently when they drink. Some may become more outspoken, revealing company secrets without hesitation, while others might become quieter and more dignified. Observing how someone behaves when they drink can give insights into their character and mood. 4. Test their courage in adversity. Placing someone in a difficult situation can reveal their bravery and composure. Those who remain calm under pressure are truly heroic and can be trusted with significant responsibilities. 5. Test their reliability with deadlines. Assign tasks to your employees with specific deadlines to understand several aspects about them: their ability to handle pressure, their competence, and most importantly, their reliability. Alternatively, setting up a meeting can also test their punctuality. Their timeliness, or lack thereof, can reveal a lot about their character. If they are not reliable, entrusting them with your company's future would be risky. These methods developed by ZHUGE LIANG offer timeless insights into evaluating others, ensuring that you surround yourself with trustworthy and capable individuals. 14. Confucius teaches how to look at people. 1. Judging a person by their view on benefit. Confucius said, "A gentleman talks about virtue, a petty person focuses on gains." Everyone has a tendency towards self-interest, but not everyone values it above all. In today's world, pursuing personal gains is a freedom, but if someone disregards morality for profit, they should be avoided. A true test of character is how a person handles the temptations of profit while upholding ethical principles. 2. Observing how a person gets along with others. Confucius noted, "A gentleman is fair, while a petty person forms cliques." If someone consistently focuses on forming alliances and excluding others, it shows a lack of integrity. In contrast, those who maintain honest and open relationships with everyone demonstrate trustworthiness and fairness. 3. Checking if a person keeps their promises. Confucius asked, "If a person is not trustworthy, what can they truly accomplish? Like a cart without wheels can't move. A person who doesn't keep their word can't achieve much." Trustworthiness is a fundamental virtue. One should observe whether a person follows through on their commitments to truly gauge their reliability. 4. Assessing how one treats their family. When asked about filial piety, Confucius explained that maintaining a joyful and respectful attitude towards one's parents is the most challenging aspect. A truly ethical person remains kind and patient even at home, not just in public settings. This consistency is a good indicator of a person's real character. 5. Seeing how someone reacts to their mistakes. Confucius believed that you could learn about a person by observing their mistakes. People tend to fall into errors that reflect their true nature. By examining how someone addresses their faults, whether they take responsibility or blame others, you can discern their true character. Understanding someone deeply requires looking at these aspects to truly know if they are someone you can trust and connect with in this complex world. 15. Transforming destiny. How inner virtue shapes our outer world. Mind creates appearance, and appearance shapes destiny. This idea, rooted in mystical Eastern traditions, including Buddhism and Taoism, remains relevant even after thousands of years. Appearance refers to outward looks, while mind represents internal qualities. Essentially, one's external appearance changes according to the state of their mind, a concept sometimes described as the scenery changes with the heart. Moreover, the mind is considered the cause of appearance, which is the effect. A person's appearance combines their form and spirit. Form is one's physical appearance at birth, while spirit is shaped by personal cultivation. Every thought and action over time reflects on one's face, revealing that what is inside will show on the outside. If the mind is peaceful and benevolent, it positively affects the body, leading to good health and a serene expression, making interactions with others pleasant and cheerful. In the ancient art of physiognomy, it said that virtue should lead one's actions, advocating for goodness and avoiding evil. There's a story about a skilled sculptor from Shandong who, despite his growing wealth from crafting figures of demons and spirits, felt miserable about his unattractive looks. Seeking change, he approached a monk with a beautiful demeanor and was advised to carve 100 Buddha statues. Through this task, the sculptor found his appearance and spirit transformed by focusing deeply on the serene and compassionate qualities of the Buddhas. This process revealed the profound truth that our actions and focus can reshape our appearance and destiny. This belief is echoed in ancient sayings, suggesting that a person's facial features can evolve based on their moral thoughts. Good deeds foster a benevolent appearance over time, manifesting as a blessed appearance. Faces are not fixed at birth but reflect a person's spiritual cultivation. A person with a harsh appearance can soften it by nurturing compassion and goodness. There are also 36 mind appearances that, if practiced, are believed to bring blessings. 1. Accepting the hardships of leadership for the sake of serving people. 2. Acting with reason and care. 3. Embracing good deeds and virtuous company. 4. sharing delicious food with everyone. 5. Avoiding negative influences. 6. Continuously building moral virtue. 7. Helping with household tasks from a young age. 8. Meeting beggars without disgust. 9. Controlling personal desires, favoring others' benefits. 10. Avoiding harm to living beings. 11. Keeping calm in adversity. 12. Keeping promises. 13. Maintaining consistent behavior and virtues. 14. Reflecting on personal mistakes before sleep. 15. Courageously moving forward, not dwelling on past actions. 16. Avoiding causing resentment in others. 17. Not hiding one's faults. 18. Completing tasks diligently and thoroughly. 19. Always remembering others' kindness. 20. Having a broad and forgiving heart. 21. Protecting the virtuous and not fearing evil. 22. Helping the lonely and the poor. 23. Not aiding the strong and oppressing the weak. 24. Remembering old friends and relationships. 25. Doing useful deeds for the community. 26. Speaking honestly and directly. 27. Feeling embarrassed by undue praise. 28. Speaking politely and softly. 29. Listening respectfully to others without interrupting. 30. Often discussing the good qualities of others. 31. Not disparaging simple meals or clothing. 32. Behaving appropriately in all situations. 33. Enjoying and promoting good deeds. 34. Understanding and sympathizing with others' hardships. 35. Not holding on to past grievances. 36. Being supportive during friends' tough times. Humans, regarded as the essence of the earth and sky, inherently embody the virtues of truth, compassion, and forbearance. Rewards, whether material or honorary, are believed to arise from one's good actions and humble nature. Thus, the ancients said, the mind creates appearance. 16. Understanding others. 3 key points. To read other people's thoughts, you need to master 3 techniques. These are crucial for understanding what others are thinking. We'll share a Buddhist story that illustrates how to read minds. In a small village, 2 brothers lived together. The older brother was blind and mostly stayed at home, while the younger brother was a farmer. Their farm was often disturbed by animals. Concerned about this, the younger brother thought of a solution. He decided to ask his blind brother to help scare the animals away by making noise whenever he heard them, thus protecting their crops. The blind brother agreed and sat in the field, shouting whenever he heard an animal. Once, a deer ran through the field and broke the fence. A king who was chasing the deer arrived and asked the blind brother if he had seen the deer. The blind brother responded, "Your Majesty, I am blind and cannot see the deer. However, I can tell you that the animal has left my field and is not worth chasing." Amazed by his insight, the king wondered how the blind man knew the deer was pregnant. After verifying this with his general, the king was astounded to learn the blind man was right. The king, curious about how a blind man could know this, learned that the blind brother had inferred the deer's condition from the situation. The king then asked the blind brother if his wife was faithful. The blind brother responded by saying the king's question was surprising since his marriage had been long. Threatened with death if he did not answer, the blind brother cleverly found a way to prove the queen's fidelity, which confirmed she was not loyal. Finally, the king asked if he was truly his father's son. The blind brother assured him he was, but also cleverly pointed out the king's stinginess by noting that, despite his accurate answers, the king had not rewarded him. This made the king laugh and realize the wisdom of the blind brother. The blind brother explained that understanding others comes from observing their eyes, facial expressions, and body language. By focusing on these aspects, one can discern what others are thinking and feeling. He emphasized the importance of calming the mind and focusing on the present to truly understand others. In daily life, such skills can be useful in settings like work meetings. For example, observing your manager's nonverbal cues, like frowning or looking at others, can help you understand their thoughts and adapt your approach accordingly, enhancing communication and decision-making. By applying these insights in real situations, we can improve our communication skills, understand others better, and enhance our relationships and performance in everyday life. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.